If you want to play at a higher level, your training sessions aren't the only thing that matters. What you do off the field, so how you eat, how you recover, how you structure your weeks, and what you do off the field has just as much impact on your performances as your practices do. Over the past 5 years playing Division One soccer, I developed a routine that helped me stay physically and mentally prepared throughout the entire season while also continuing to improve in the off season. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I structured my training, my lifestyle, my nutrition, and my recovery during both the season and the off season. Now, in no way am I saying you need to follow this exact routine because every athlete is so different. My goal is to give you ideas that you can adjust to fit your goals and build a routine that will help you perform at your best. Now, let's start with what my routine looked like during the season. At my school, a typical week looked something like Mondays off, Tuesday and Wednesdays team training, Thursdays game, Friday recovery, Saturday team training, and Sunday game. On top of that, we lifted twice a week, and sometimes the weeks did look different. So games would be Wednesdays and Saturdays, or we would only have one game that week, but this was typically the general schedule. The key was that even with all of our team activities, I still made time for extra work on my own. Every day, I spent at least 30 minutes doing ball mastery skills in my room, and those extra touches are what helped me stay sharp throughout the entire season without putting too much stress on my body. I also ran 2 miles on my own about 2 to 3 times a week, depending on how my body was feeling physically. I always liked to run the day before a game because it got my blood flowing and helped my legs to feel loose before going into game day. Once or twice a week, I would also head out to the fields for about an hour to work on finishing and shooting. The reason for me doing extra running on my own was to improve my endurance, because if I could get through a 2-mile run in the morning and then with practice later on still be able to give everything I have, I'm training my body to keep going even when I feel tired. So then when you're in the game and you're playing in the 80th or the 90th minute and you're pushing through that fatigue, it will feel familiar rather than overwhelming because you've been training your body for this. Now let's talk about the off season, because this is where I believe the biggest improvements are made. The off season isn't about doing less, it's about shifting your focus to become a stronger version of yourself before the next season begins. During the spring, our team would still have practices and lifts, but they were less frequent because of NCAA rules. Since we weren't playing games every week, I actually would increase my running to about 4 times a week to build my endurance without having to worry about recovering for the next game. I still train with the ball, but instead of doing skill work every day like I did during the season, I switched it to about 3 times a week just because there weren't any games. The summers were my opportunity to prepare for the fall season, so the training became way more intentional and demanding. During this time, I really pushed myself physically and spent way more time on the ball. So I would go to the fields from about 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. and work on sprinting. I would do 1v1s, I would do skill work, I would do shooting, pretty much everything I could so that I could go into preseason ready to go. Like readier than ready. Nutrition was another area I took pretty seriously, especially during the season. I limited added sugar as much as possible because the last thing I wanted was to feel sluggish and slowed down on the field. One thing I never did was skip a pregame meal because your body needs fuel to perform. And if you don't eat, then where are you going to get that energy from? Hydration is another top priority. Every day I added Celtic salt to my water to replenish electrolytes. I also used a liquid magnesium supplement because I would occasionally deal with headaches after games, especially if it was really hot, and adding magnesium to my water drastically helped. The day before and the day of games, I would drink electrolytes with vitamin C to stay hydrated and replace what I was losing through sweat. When it came to the off season, nutrition stayed pretty much the same. Still prioritizing whole and nutritious foods because that's just what allowed me to feel my best on a day-to-day basis. The biggest difference was that I gave myself a little more flexibility. So with wanting a sweet treat or going out for a meal or dessert, because in the off season we didn't have games, so I didn't feel the need to be as restrictive. Outside of soccer, I was very intentional with recovery, so sleep was a non-negotiable. During the season, I was not drinking 21 plus beverages and did not spend a lot of time going out because I wanted my body to recover as well as possible. I would also stretch every single night before bed, and I still do this because it makes the biggest difference in how your body feels the next day. Recovery isn't just something you do after games, it should be a part of your routine because the better you recover, the better you perform. Now, in the off season, I had a little more freedom, so if my teammates wanted to go out or if I wanted to stay up all night, I would do it. And I also think that's important because the off season is also a time to mentally recharge. You cannot stay in game mode 12 months out of the year. The key is finding the balance between enjoying your break and also continuing to prepare for what's next. If there's anything you want to take away from today's video, it's this. During the season, find an amount of extra running that fits your body and consistently do it 2 to 3 times a week. During the season, get extra touches on the ball outside of practice. Even 20 to 30 minutes a day will add to your game. During the season, fuel and hydrate your body like an athlete. Fuel and hydration should not just be on game days, but it should be every day. During the season, make recovery a part of your routine. So make sure you're getting enough sleep, make sure you're stretching, do mobility work, and ice baths and hot tubs work if you have access to them. And when it comes to the off season, the biggest mistake you can do is treating it like time off. This is where you raise your level. The work you put in during those months will determine how confident and prepared you feel when the next season comes. Remember, it's not one workout or one meal that's going to make a difference. It's these habits that you repeat every day and every week that separate good players from great ones. I hope this video helped and I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.